YouTube, what's poppin'? It's your boy MBM and I am him. Today I'm about to teach you cats how to mix a lead vocal, man, from beginning to end. I've been on the road, man, throwing away stuff like it's trash, but this ain't trash. This is real stuff. All the steps I take and the things you need to do. Now, this is gonna be super great for the beginners, so that way you guys will learn something real decent today that's gonna get you going. I'm telling you, super simple. Just remember, man, to record your vocals at -12 dB. That I cannot stress enough. I'm telling you, you have to do this. When you mixing your vocals, I like to subtract from stuff. I don't like to add too much because therefore I start adding distortion to it. If you get my drift, if you understand what I'm saying. So yeah, man, I don't want to carry it along too long, so I definitely want to hook you guys up and get you guys going, man. Show you guys how to mix this. Super simple, real easy to do. Man, just follow these steps and you'll be mixing like a pro in no time. Look, let's get it. All right, man, so let's get it going, man. So look, before I even mix my song, the first thing I like to do is I like to mute my vocal because I want to listen to any frequencies I hear in the room. If I hear anything bad, as far as noise and stuff like that, I want to be able to eliminate that noise or find a way to take that noise out so I can possibly get a good, clean sounding vocal. So the first thing I'm gonna do is play the vocal on acapella.
This casa got me feeling like I'm Migos. Bet you catch me in your section with your free coat. But you can have her back because we don't keep those.
So the first thing I noticed in the vocal is that you can hear some of the background in the back. So that I won't be able to get a clean mix with that. So definitely that's the first thing I hear. And then I do hear a little bit of muddiness in the verse. So if I play it back, you can definitely hear the background. Listen.
This casa.
And that is the headphones bleeding through. You can tell the headphones are bleeding through in the vocal when she's recording. So those are the first steps I take, is listening to the vocal first to see how to mix, see how I want to mix the song, to see the approach that I'm going to be using. So let's start off by creating a bus channel for the vocal. So I'll just add a bus channel. And to do that in Studio 1.6 is super simple. You can just right click, add a bus channel. And once you add that bus channel, just go back to your verse and then take the main output, and you want to just take it to bus 1. So what I did was just left clicked on this and turn it to bus 1, and then you'll hear it over here.
This casa got me feeling like I'm Migos.
So this is where I'm going to be adding the effects and stuff like that at. So that's the first thing I'll do. So let's just name this vocal dry. Boom. Okay. So now we got our bus track that we want to use. And now from there, I'm just going to start adding. The first plugin I'm going to add is a gate plugin, because what gate do, it tends to cut off some of the unwanted noise in the back. You may hear like if you add too much gate, then you're going to start hearing like the verse cut in and off. So you want to add it slightly to where it's blending with the beat well. Now, before we get to that vocal, the next step I want to do is I want to go to the beat, and I'm going to play the beat by itself. Take off center. Now, the beat itself is properly mixed. It sounds good. Now, the only thing I would do is probably add a center by waves. I will add a center by waves that are kind of like I can punch some of the sound to the sides. I can add some low end to it, which is pretty dope. So I kind of already got it set. This is a preset I gave you guys, I believe. So that's the next thing I'll do, is add center to kind of make everything shoot straight up the middle. And then the next thing I like to do is, if the beat is lacking a little bass or anything like that, around 65 hertz is where I'll boost it back up at. Let me cut this back on. So around 65 hertz is where I'll boost this back up, and I'll probably take it up to 2.5. It all depends. And let's see. And if you got a 2-track that has a snare or a clap that's too loud, you know, you can definitely take it around 2K. Bring it down, bring it up if need be. Bring it down if it's too high. You can bring it down in the 2K area. That'll bring the clap down. Just spread it out. Spread the Q out a little bit more. Just open up the Q a little bit. You don't want to open it up too much. And then what I like to do is, on the low end, I like to boost it up a little bit just to add a little more clarity to the beat. And then that's the second step I take right there, is doing that. So then we have this. Oh man, I actually got this plug-in I need to take off. Is the Avalon. That's why it's probably a little too loud for my liking. And that's where I kind of want it to be. And then what you want to do is, now the good thing about Studio One is they do have a leveler you can use on your own. That but if you don't have that, like if you don't have isotope or anything like that, then you can use the leveler that's in. You can use the leveler inside of Studio One, which is the level meter, and then that'll detect our RMS right here. So I like my beats to hit around probably -12 or 13. So let's check it out. Okay, so that's fine for me right there because I know it's at level. I know it's at a -12. Now, the next thing I like to do is I like to add a true peak to my master bus. Now, the thing is, you may not have isotope. So, Studio One actually has. Let's remove this. They have a limiter to where you can actually use a true peak, which is pretty dope. So you go to limiter, and the true peak is already set. So if you play it, for those of you who don't like to see a lot of peaking in your beats and stuff like that, use this. It's the limiter 2. Turn on true peak, and here you go. Now, me personally, I'll use that. But if, like I said, if you guys don't have isotope, then therefore you can use that one. So I'll use 10, and then from here, I'm just showing you both methods you can use. And then from here, I'll use, let's get rid of the equalizer. Let's take the threshold up. And then from here, I'll turn on true peak. Boom. And that's it. I do nothing else from there. Now, like I said, I usually use mono when I'm mixing in here, but Studio One 6 has it as well, so I don't have to really worry about going to this plugin to turn it on mono just to blend my vocal. So therefore, we're going to move forward now. So this is what we get with the true peak. So if you got a beat that's just like pounding and you see it in the red, this will definitely help you out a little bit on bringing that down. And then you want to learn how to gain stage. That's another step you guys need to take is gain staging. So from there, we're going to go to the vocal dry. So now remember I said that the vocal had a little noise in it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to add a gate plug-in. Now, let's see. We'll go to Studio One. I guess I'll use stock plugins. We'll get rid of the Ozo 10. Well, I'll leave the Ozo 10. Let's go here. Let's see, Studio One. And then you can go to the gate plugin on Studio One. It's by itself, I believe it is. Or is it in Fat Channel? Here we go. So just drag that over to your bus. Now, all you want to do is take the threshold and dial it up a little bit. Peep game. Let's solo the verse.
This casa got me feeling like I'm Migos. Bet you catch me in your section with your free coat. But you can have her back cause we don't keep those. Fucking with the gerb, keep your freak close before I snatch her up in my peacoat. Pretty in the face, she got them vibes too. I got a smirker and
So that helps out a ton. Like you don't really hear like as much as you hear before. So if I take this off,
this casa got me.
You can hear it. Now if I cut it back on, you don't hear that beginning to open up the, you know what I mean? You don't hear that part. So therefore we'll leave it right there. So the next thing I like to do is I like to actually clean up the vocals a little bit. So I'll go to Pro EQ. Now I'm gonna show you guys how to use it. You know what I'm saying? So I like to roll off around 100 hertz. But the reason why I'm rolling off 100 hertz is because the bass and the kicks normally sits in that area between 0 to 100. So you definitely want to roll off, you know, because we do have bass in our voice or whatever. So we want to roll that off so that we don't interfere with the bass and the kick. So that way we won't get any type of mud in our mix or we clashing with the 808 and the kick. So from there, just turn on your low end and then take that to 48. And I'll just type 100 because either 80 to 100 is good. So let's do 100.
This casa got me feeling like I'm Migos. Bet you catch me in your section with your free coat.
So now we want to dig for frequency. So basically what we want to do is Take the Q up to about 16. Yeah, about 16. That'll be fine. Bring this up all the way. So now we're going to search for frequency. So we'll use the frequency spectrum to move it around to see what we want to take out.
This casa got me feeling like I'm Migos. Bet you catch me in your section with your free coat. But you can have her back cause we don't keep those. Fucking with the gerb, keep your freak close before I snatch her up in my peacoat. Pretty in the face, she got them vibes too. I got a smirker and them legs showing signs too.
So you want to listen for hollowness and some sounding like whistles a little bit. You know what I mean? It sounds like I'm whistling to my bird right now. So what I'll do here is I'll like I said, I'm subtracting now. I'm going to go -3. And I'm going to take this down to about 120.
This casa got me feeling like I'm Migos. Bet you catch me in your section with your free coat. But you can have her back cause we don't keep those. Fucking with the gerb, keep your freak close.
All right, so the next point I'm going to grab, mid-frequency point, I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to take it up to 16. I'm going to turn the gain up all the way, and I'm going to sweep.
This casa got me feeling like I'm Migos. Bet you catch me in your section with your free coat. But you can have her back cause we don't keep those. Fucking with the gerb, keep your freak close before I snatch her up in my peacoat. Pretty in the face, she got them vibes too. I got a smirker and them legs showing signs too.
You hear that? Woo, 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 woo. So you definitely want to take that out because that doesn't belong there. So like I said, these are bad frequencies that we're just removing. So from there, what I'm going to do is same thing here. I'm going to go -3 here. I may just bring it up a little bit with the Q. I'm going to open it up, but not all the way. I might do like 220. Check it out.
This casa got me feeling like I'm Migos. Bet you catch me in your section with your free coat. But you can have her back cause we don't keep those. Fucking with the gerb, keep your freak close before I snatch her up in my peacoat.
So you can tell that the vocal is starting to become a little more clear. You know, we can hear it better. So from there, what I'm going to do now is, like I normally take out around 500. So I'll take this one. Take it to 500. And what I'm gonna do with the point here is I'm gonna take this up to 16, and I'm gonna leave it at 16. I'm not gonna take the Q down to 120 anything. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna leave it at 16. So right here, I'm just taking the thinness out of the vocals.
This casa got me feeling like I'm Migos. Bet you catch me in your section with your free coat. But you can have her back cause we don't keep those. Fucking with the gerb, keep your freak close before I snatch her up in my peacoat. Pretty in the face, she got them vibes too. I got a smirker and them legs showing signs too. I got her intersection screaming out.
Perfect. So from there, I don't touch anything else. Like I said, if you record a good clean vocal, you don't have to worry about digging for frequencies too much. You don't want to take away too much, or then your vocal will start sounding really, really thin. So then the next plugin I'm gonna use is I'm gonna go to a compressor, which I'll use Fat Channel. And then in Fat Channel, they actually have three compressors you can use. You can use the Fat, Tube, or Standard. Let's use a Tube, see what the Tube's sounding like. So let's activate it, turn it on.
This casa got me feeling like I'm Migos. Bet you catch me in your section with your free coat. But you can have her back cause we don't keep those. Fucking with the gerb, keep your freak close before I snatch her up in my peacoat. Pretty in the face, she got them vibes too. I got a smirker and them legs showing signs too. I got an intersection screaming out, new nigga me, a night with me will have your nigga feeling like your enemy. Marshy be the name, nigga. It's embedded in the brain, nigga. Now she not fucking with the same nigga. If it makes sense, then I'll change, nigga.
So basically what I'm doing is I'm hitting that VU meter to about -5. Between -5 and 7 is where I want it to sit because I don't want to do anything over that or it'd be sounding too squashed in. So between -5 and 7 is perfectly fine. That's where you want to have it. So when you're doing this, make sure you're doing it with the beat so that you can hear it well. And yeah, man. So and then from there we got the compressor. Now what I want to add is some EQ. So what I would do is we can actually stay on the Fat Channel. So they do have an EQ in here, and you can actually, let's activate it. They have a few. So you can use the vintage EQ. You can use the passive EQ, which is the Potec. What I do, let's use this one. So I'm gonna leave the high frequency around 10. The only thing I'm gonna do is boost right here. So check it out.
This casa got me feeling like I'm Migos. Bet you catch me in your section with your free coat. But you can have her back.
But to be honest with you, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I tend to just want to add a little bit here. I don't want to add much. So don't add much here because you're going to put one on your main vocal where you're going to stand that EQ out a little bit better to hear more clarity in the vocal. So
this casa got me feeling like I'm Migos. Bet you catch me in your section with your free coat. But you can have her back cause we don't keep those. Fucking with the girl, keep your freak close before I snatch her up in my peacoat. Pretty in the face, she got them vibes too. I got a smirk and them legs showing signs too. I got an intersection screaming out new nigga me. A night with me will have your nigga feeling like your enemy.
All right, cool. So we got the fat channel. Now the next thing we want to do is, so most of the time some mics you use, it may bring out the syllables a little bit. You'll start hearing the S's and T's a lot more. So we're going to use a de-esser just to clean that up a little bit. And dope part about it is Studio One has a de-esser now. Super dope. And then you got narrow and wide. I like to use narrow. I don't like to use wide. I like to use narrow so it kind of splits straight down the middle. And I tend to like to hit around 6 dB, negative 6 dB. I don't want to push it past there or then we'll be kind of messing up the quality of our vocal. So check it out. Now the frequency range, I usually do 6. Between 5, 6, and 8 is where I like to be at.
This casa got me feeling like I'm Migos. Bet you catch me in your section with your free coat. But you can have her back cause we don't keep those. Fucking with the girl, keep your freak close before I snatch her up in my peacoat. Pretty in the face, she got them vibes too. I got a smirk and them legs showing signs too. I got an intersection screaming out new nigga me. A night with me will have your nigga feeling like your enemy. Marshy be the name, nigga. This casa got me feeling like I'm Migos. Bet you catch me in your section with your free coat.
So we got the de-esser on now. So all we did was just kind of like clean up a little bit of the syllables. So from there, what I like to do after this, after the de-esser, I like to tend to go to the main vocal, and then I'm going to add a Pro EQ. Let's add a Pro EQ right here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this band right here, the high frequency band. I'm going to take this to about 5K. So I'm going to take this to about 5K, and I'm going to boost it a little bit.
This casa got me feeling like I'm Migos. Bet you catch me in your section with your free coat. But you can have her back cause we don't keep those. Fucking with the girl, keep your freak close before I snatch her up in my peacoat.
All right, so we got that. Now, what I like to do after the de-esser, I like to add a reverb. So in order to do a send, all you got to do is just hit the plus button right here, add a FX chain, and we're going to call this reverb. Reverb, boom. It's going to be our reverb. So let's go to room reverb. Room reverb, we're going to use that one. Now, usually I go and do the whole Music by Darcy thing, but I'm just going to add a reverb right now. I don't want to make this too long. And I'm going to use either room or hall.
This casa got me feeling like I'm Migos. Bet you catch me in your section with your free coat. But you can have her back cause we don't keep those. Fucking with the...
Now what I want to do is I want to...
This casa got me feeling like I'm Migos. Bet you catch me in your section with your free coat.
Let's keep that on hall. So what I want to do now is I'm going to add another Pro EQ here. I'm going to add a Pro EQ, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the low end band, take it to about 500, so we kind of clean up some of that reverb. So I just cleaned that up. And if I want to add a little bit, I can from right here, but I'm not. And make sure you put the Pro EQ above the room, above the reverb.
This casa got me feeling like I'm Migos. Bet you catch me in your section with your free coat. But you can have her back cause we don't keep those. Fucking with the girl, keep your freak close before I snatch her up in my peacoat. Pretty in the face, she got them vibes too. I got a smirk and them...
So you can listen through your headphones and really hear the reverb really good. Like if you don't have a treated room, you won't hear the reverb that well. You'll kind of turn it up and it'll be super loud in the car.
This casa got me feeling like I'm Migos. Bet you catch me in your section with your free coat. But you can have a...
So the next thing I want to add is a delay. So we're gonna do another send with the plus button. We're gonna add another FX chain, and this is gonna be our delay. So I'll do a half delay. I mean a quarter delay. And let's use the beat delay. I believe it is. It called beat delay? Yeah, beat delay. All right, so we got the beat delay. Now, with the beat delay, I'm gonna take the feedback to about 50-ish. I'm gonna leave it on dotted, and let's play it and let's actually dial it in.
This casa got me feeling like I'm Migos. Bet you catch me in your section with your free coat. But you can have her back cause we don't keep those. Fucking with the girl, keep your freak close before I snatch her up in my peacoat. This casa got me amigos. Bet you catch me in your section with your free coat. But you can have her back cause we don't keep those. Fucking with the girb, keep your freak close before I snatch her up in my peacoat. Pretty in the face, she got them vibes too. I got a
So now I kind of got things where I want it. You know, I might always double back and listen to the delay and stuff like that. Now I kind of got things where I want it. Now what I want to do is I want to balance that vocal with the beat. So what I'm gonna do is you're gonna see me switch this to mono and stereo a lot just to get that vocal to balance with the beat, so I can prepare myself to get ready to master my song. We're not, you know what I mean? I got to mix all other vocals, but this is my steps I take to get ready to master my song.
This casa got me feeling like I'm Migos. Bet you catch me in your section with your free coat. But you can have her back cause we don't keep those. Fucking with the girb, keep your freak close before I snatch her up in my peacoat. Pretty in the face, she got them vibes too. I got a smirker and them legs showing signs too. I got her intersection screaming out, new nigga me. A night with me will have your nigga feeling like your enemy. Marshy be the name, nigga. It's embedded in the brain, nigga. Now she not fucking with the same nigga. If it makes sense, then I'll change, nigga. Other than that, I'm still the same, nigga. White tee fitted hat. This casa got me feeling like I'm Migos. Bet you catch me in your section with your free coat. But you can have her back cause we don't keep those. Fucking with the girb, keep your freak close before I snatch her up in my peacoat.
And pretty much, man, this is how I mix a lead vocal when I'm getting ready to, you know, get the song going. This is how I mix my lead vocal. So you can take these and apply it to your background vocals, but I definitely use a different type of method for my background vocals. That'll be another tutorial coming up, and then I'll also show you guys how to master the song as well. So this is gonna probably carry on to a part 2 or something. So yeah, man, I hope y'all learned something today, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna show you guys a way to gang stage by using pink noise, man. Hey, and I got another thing for you right here, man. So if you're nope, I'll say this for another tutorial. It's the car test. So where you can get your music playing better in the car. So that way it sounds to you how it sounds in here. It's your boy NBM, man. I hope y'all learned something, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Much love. Man, adios. I'm gone.